Welcome back, everyone. I'm Patrick Bracken from the Shauna Foundation, and I'm here with Kristina Thomas, who directed the awesome short film Worth It, which is playing as part of our opening night block of shorts, Wednesday, September 20th, 6 p.m. at Starlight in Southbridge, Massachusetts. I'm very excited to have you with us, Kristina. Congratulations on the film.
Yes, thank you so much for having my little our little film. We're just very excited, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
Oh, great. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in the film industry.
I got into the film industry literally when I stepped on Howard University's campus in DC. I didn't know what I was really going to do. I feel like I was great at everything, but I didn't love everything. And my production teacher, Professor Rada, who teaches at Syracuse, he told us, like, if you really want to do this, you need to go out there and you need to do something in the film industry. And next thing you know, I was looking up some film directors that needed PAs. And this one director was like, hey, if you're in New York this weekend, we're doing a music video, just come up. And that was my kind of development into like, oh yeah, if you just ask and you just, try something, let's do it. And it was fun. It was tiring. It was 24 hours shoot in Brooklyn. But it was just like so exciting. We had like things caught on fire, but it was so fun for me. And that was my first taste at 20 years old, my sophomore year at Howard, that I was just like, this is what I want to do. And I need to figure out what part of the industry that I want to be in. And I picked directing and writing.
Oh, that's great. Well, this is I think I saw this is maybe your seventh or eighth short. And it's
Yeah.
it's it's I mean, I guess you can call it a romance, but very different kind of a film about love. So talk about how you developed this story.
Yeah, it's actually based on a true story of what happened to me. It's my proof of concept short, based on a person, a close friend who I was dating on and off for over 8 years, who, when I told him I was gonna move to New York for him, he told me on the phone I wasn't worth it. And I took that as, okay, this really sucks. But when I told it to a coworker, she was like, you need to make this into a whole film. And I'm in love with Medicine for Melancholy, Barry Jenkins' first film, and I love Before Sunrise. And when you see the short, it's that concept all built into one of just like what happens when you're with your friend, someone that you kind of think more of than a friend. What would you choose? Is it worth it to be more than friends, or just keep the friendship as is? And that's what I was teetering on both. And again, those two films that I really wanted to show this different sides of, like, not all love stories end well. Some do, some don't, but what's the in between of it all?
Yeah, that real I loved your your film comparisons there because you pack so much into this 8 minute short. Like you really get a sense of history and character with these people. So first, I wanted to ask you about the writing of it. What would
Yeah.
you what's your advice for writers about writing economically?
Oh my gosh. Write every day if you can. And when I say write every day, it can be like a dream you had. Like literally, that's how my pilot, like my first pilot that got me in the door, came about. I had a dream about a naked person standing in front of the a mirror, and it just happened to be a trans person, and I turned that into a political drama that got me on my first show. And even now, like during the strike, I couldn't write for months because I was just sad and depressed and being out of it. But one day I was just like, let me get back to, let me just write this log line. Let me just write this page. Oh, let me write these 30 pages. And it just keeps on going and keeps you repetitive and kind of, I know for me and some of my other writer friends, gets us out of that depressive state and gets us to be creative again and back to who we are as what kind of writer we really are.
That's great. And as a director, how do you work with your two actors who were incredible in this
Yeah.
to develop that history and to communicate all of that in 8 minutes?
Yeah, and I think for me, we didn't get to rehearse, so it was more discussions. And I even told them my backstory, my love story, so to speak. And I asked them what is their big momentous love story in their life so far. And we kind of built up from there of just like, this is my story, but what do you think that these stories are from your character's perspective? And also what you just shared, like these personal stories of like when this person broke up with you or this experience that you had with your partner. How can we translate that on screen and even like without words tell so much and in so little time, as you were saying earlier? And I really think that really made a pathway to really build a strong story. And even like again, the feature version, hopefully somebody is like, oh, I want to hear more, I want to see more. And that's what they brought to the table. And Andrea and oh my god, my characters, my actors, I can't ask for a better cast. They're lovely, they're super nice.
It's even more impressive now knowing that you weren't able to rehearse. It's amazing how
Yeah,
much you were able to do.
yeah.
So there's a lot of people out here in Massachusetts who would love to be in Hollywood. I saw on IMDb that you wrote a pilot with J.J. Abrams that was picked up by HBO, and then they were bought by AT&T, and now it's in limbo. So I'm just wondering how you deal with the ups and downs of Hollywood.
And I tell people all the time, you don't have to be in LA. Like that was my first show. I was staffed as a writer, and it was on Zoom. I got staffed during COVID.
Wow.
and I and I still haven't gotten to meet JJ. And I worked on Lovecraft Country as a script coordinator and still didn't get to meet him, but I got to know all the executives on the project who are, if you ever get to meet any executives from Bad Robot, they are so fucking lovely. Excuse my language, but they're
It's
like
okay.
the nicest people that I've ever worked with. There have been others, but oh my God, them and HBO, love them. But a lot of it is just you're writing from home and you're sending, and people, if people really want you, they will get you to Hollywood. But for the most part, everybody is kind of moving. Like during the strike right now, a lot of people are actually moving back home to the East Coast or in the Bay where I'm from, because there's nothing in Hollywood right now. And also since COVID, a lot of people haven't really stayed in LA. They've moved to Texas, they've moved to Georgia, because you can write anywhere. At the end of the day, all you need is money. Or all you need is a very good script to get you in the door. People will do their best to get you to Hollywood if they need you here. But in the meantime, as long as you're good and you're a good director, you can shoot anywhere, everywhere, anytime you want to.
That's great. So hopefully the strike is going to end very soon.
Yeah.
What's next for
Yeah.
you after that?
Oh God. That was another thing. During this strike, I got into Film Independence Project Involve, which you get to be an actual, you get to work on a short film as a specific fellow. And I'm the directing fellow for this 2023 class. And we're now in post-production. So I'm hoping to submit that short film next year. It's called Saving All My Love, about a woman who moves in with her mother, who just happens to be a hoarder. And so we're finishing that up in post production. And also, I'm working on the Worth It feature. I now have a producer attached. I'm hoping Andrea will still be attached, and we're trying to get just funders right now. And again, since I'm part of the Film Independent family, I'm hoping again that they'll be helpful and help me to introduce me to other people who have money, who again, that is all we need right now, because the script I think is very strong and we're really like putting it out there. And then I'm starting another feature. I'm writing a commercial feature called Stabbed in the Back, that I'm hoping to sell once the strike has ended. And yes, also maintaining my sanity. It's just the small things, all the in between times. But yeah.
Well, it sounds great, and we can't wait to see Saving All My Love, hopefully next year.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but again, congratulations on Worth It. It's been nominated for Best Short Length Film here at the Shauna Shea Film Festival. And again, it's playing as part of the opening night block of shorts Wednesday, September 20th at 6 p.m. at Starlight in Southbridge, Massachusetts. Kristina Thomas, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on the film.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.